Have you ever wondered how to use an infrared sensor? Well, in this project, we're going to make use of an IR sensor to detect the presence of your hand. We're going to simulate a virtual dice. When you put your hand in front of the sensor, it rolls the dice, and when you remove your hand, it reveals a random number between 1 and 6. So in this project, we're going to make use of the BBC microbit, the EduBit board, and in particular, the infrared bit sensor. So here we are in make code, and this time we're going to use a forever loop, so it's going to go on doing this forever, and we want to detect whether the infrared sensor has been triggered by someone holding their hand above it. So we use the infrared sensor triggered block from the IR bit drawer, and what we're going to do is flash a heart, so we had a big heart and then a small heart. And then we need to set a variable to keep track of whether we're holding our hand above the sensor. So we set the variable rolling to 1 to indicate our hand is still there. Next, what we have to do is tell make code what happens when the sensor is not triggered. So removed our hand. So we're going to use an else block. So we need to click the plus symbol here to open up the else part of the if statement, and we're going to have a conditional. What we want to do is check whether the dice is rolling. That is to say, whether the rolling variable has been set to 1. If it has, then we're going to play a tune in the background, show a random number between 1 and 6. And then the most important thing at the end is we need to set the rolling variable back to 0. Otherwise it will keep rolling the dice and generating random numbers. So I've downloaded my code to the microbit. Let's see if it works. If I put my finger above the infrared sensor, it shows a beating heart. And it keeps beating as long as my finger is above the sensor. If I remove my finger, it should play a tune and generate a random number. If I put my finger above the sensor again, it goes back to the beating heart, remove it, and we get another random number. Now you've got a virtual dice that you can use to play the Snakes and Ladders game that came with the EduBit kit. Have fun! You've been listening to Chris Evans. See you next time.